Thank you everyone for being here. Yesterday I sent an email to all of you. Basically, the intention was to tell you that this time is yours to ask whatever you want about my business. I sent you also some attachments. This is for you to keep with your insurance papers. It is not for today. If you have any questions, no problem, but keep it in your insurance papers. You know, all along I have said we are dealing with property insurance claims. You know, here I'm going to take a few moments to expand on that. The properties, we are talking about all kinds of properties. The insurance industry has insurance policies, has procedures for different type of properties. If you're a homeowner and your home is single-family dwelling, there are one procedure. Condo, renters, all have different insurance policies and they have different procedures in place when you make a claim. So you got to be aware of that. In addition to that, let's see if this works. Yes. We have all kinds of causes of loss. Just go through this list of this 16, 17 I have brought here, and there are more than that. You multiple the type of the buildings, any one of these causes of loss may happen. They have procedures. They have 150 something procedures in place when it comes to making a claim. That's why they are prepared. Mark.
Mo, can you give us an example of a homeowner that you helped, either fire or quick or something, just how it played out, please, so people understand?
Actual example?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up in a minute.
Cool. Thank you.
So, oops, too far. Okay, I want to stay here. Yeah, for the purpose of making it a little bit more clear, I have two examples, but let me bring it up today. But let me tell you that you can use my services from day one when something happens before contacting insurance company. And this is your best bet. Or a lot of people, most of my clients I've gone to the insurance company, they paid, not paid, whatever, they come to me later. The reason to that is that there's only 300 of us in California. 30 million population, rounded up to one person for 100,000. So people basically make a claim without even knowing me, knowing anybody in this business. People think there is no business like this. So I get a lot of cases that comes after they claim they collected money or they were denied or whatever. And I have one example for you right here. Let's see if, yeah. This is an example for a case that came to me after they claimed themselves. It was a car impacted to a business, a dry cleaning in Santa Monica. They collected $15,000 first month, and they came to me second month. And since that, we first generated $7,000 in the first month. And as I go on the claim, I become familiar with the issues. What is it? This $7,000 just was missing in their own estimate. The estimate of $15,000 they paid for a storefront and very obvious, but they did not pay for what they should have. As I become on the case and become familiar, another check, $11,000.
Wow.
And then, it is after this that I open up a completely new avenue in that case. They did not pay for damage to the personal item in that dry cleaning. 3 more checks shows up. In next year, I'm still on that job. This was happening February of 2017. I'm still on that job. That case is still open. Dry cleaning machine, 50 feet from the point of impact. was paid for $35,000 for that machine. But in order to sell it, you got to know what to do. Otherwise, you think 50 feet from the car has nothing to do. There was nobody touched it, no impact. But again, then we bought an engineer on board for the impact to the structure. Somebody thought, oh, it's just a storefront. It turns out that the storefront was a structural element to the building. And then building and safety get involved, codes get involved. All of this, it needs a know-how and then adds to the claim. I have another example for you for the cases that I open up these days from day one. And that is the incident that we had 9 months ago with wildfires around around LA. Well, these cases I have opened for the most part are cases based on the smoke damage. I want to clarify the smoke damage. It is just a tiny, tiny film sitting everywhere. You don't see it. Insurance company has to pay for it. It is not those houses that are, these are the clouds of the smoke over, bigger than our neighborhood. Where do you think these clouds go? They come down. They don't go up. They come down and sit, but we don't see it. An insurance company pays for these cases under your fire coverage. Fire coverage covers the smoke, although there are a lot of details to it. And as I brought these examples today, so just remind you that we saw this all in TV. And even fire department who put off the fire spreads contaminations. It is not good for your building, for your health, for everything. But who's caring about this thing at the time that fire goes on? We need those stuff. But again, it sits on our communities, on our houses, and everything, and it is a covered loss. But I want to also bring this list with you that these are the communities that are affected by these fires 9 months ago. And the beauty about these cases, by the way, this list is in the package on the table, just for your reference, because this case has a statute of limitation of 24 months from last November. And from last November up to 24 months, you can open these cases. So if you think of people you know in these communities, you can take the news for them. And I understand that people are kind of skeptical about this because they don't see it. I can detect. I make a free inspection in the beginning, and if the case has a merit, I bring to the people's attention and we move forward. Questions, please.
So how does it work if you have like a loss and the insurance company only wants to pay you $10,000? Do you hire experts, or do you have your clients hire experts to get a higher estimate?
My business motto is no recovery, no fee. I don't charge anybody for my business. But if I sign them up, I make sure that I get paid and they get paid.
But how do you prove that it should be higher?
Well, let's say your example, $10,000 paid for based on some kind of an estimate or some kind of evaluation. I re-evaluate those evaluations and see what is missing. And in my first inspection, which is free, I can assess, I take a look at the paperwork that my client has, and then assess if this is something missing. And then we bring expert, I use my expertise, and whatever the case might be, sometimes experts are really, it might be an engineer, it might be a plumber, it might be a roofer, depending on the case.
The client pays for that?
No, I pay for the cost.
Because you know you're going to win.
I pay for the cost, but when we settle, I get it from my client. Yes. I advance all the costs.
All right, let's hear it from Mo. Thank you so much, Mo. Great talk. Big